I never thought this would happen to me, but my family and I have a window stalker. So, yeah, let me tell you about it. Back in December was the first encounter. I wasn't home at the time, but my family were, and they were sitting in their living room. Our living room has a huge window leading to our garden, which is quite lovely, and it's nice that we can watch our garden, but apparently it's also something that makes us a huge target to this man I'm going to tell you about. So, my family was sitting in the living room, and my mom noticed a young man standing outside our garden, looking directly through our window, watching them. This was clearly not an accident. Like, when you walk by windows and you just need to, see your reflection, make sure your hair's nice. No, this was different. This man was looking directly through the window, watching, being creepy, watching with intent. This was so unusual and quite frightening, but we weren't the only victims of this. Not long after, the police had been informed and they decided to make contact with him. They later on told the residents of our neighborhood that this man was unstable, mentally ill, and had a tendency to be violent. A bit unnerving, but at least it explained his behavior, and at least the police made him go away for a bit. I don't know what they told him, but it seemed to work. We didn't see him again. Until now. 10, maybe 11 days ago, he came back. At this time, my mother was home alone, so I'm passing the story on through her perspective. Just to set the scene a bit, my mother's bedroom is connected with our living room. The only thing that separates it is this curtain that can be closed and opened. So, in other words, most of the time, if you can look through the window in my mother's bedroom, you can see basically the entire apartment. But right outside my mother's window, there's this pit of small rocks. Because of that, if people were to walk outside our window, we can hear. So, my mother was just laying in her bed, chilling on her phone, when she started hearing that noise. And it got closer. She got confused. Why would someone be walking there? The steps got even closer. It must be the people who clean our windows, right? She thought that and decided, I'm just gonna ignore it. It'll go away. The person stood there for a while and eventually left. The next day, around 2 p.m., the same noises could be heard. Someone was clearly walking out there, but too scared to confront someone, my mother decided to ignore it once again. But when it happened the next day, as my mom was laying on her bed, watching her favorite show on TV, it was enough. She heard those footsteps walking on the stones, getting louder and louder, and they stopped right outside her window once again. But this time it was different. Because my mother noticed that in the TV, she could see the reflection of the window. So, she looked at it. And in that reflection, she saw two eyes staring through the blinds in the figure of a tall man. And he just stood there, watching, until he noticed that my mother could see him and he left. He didn't come back the next couple of days. We thought it was the end of it. I have been routinely checking the windows around 2 p.m. every day just to make sure he's not standing there looking, but I haven't seen him. So, my mother must have scared him off, I thought, and she thought the same. But just a few days ago, the footsteps were back. It's a bit scary, but we're now considering getting a camera to sit on one of the shelves recording, motion censored or something. Right now, I guess I've gotten over the shock, but it's still weird. I think about it here and there because how long has he been doing this? We've only caught him a few times. Has he been watching us since before December? Has he been watching us for months? Half a year? Longer? I have no idea. And it's scary. I know that I walk around half naked for most of the time because I'm on my computer all day. But now I'm scared of that. I'm wearing a lot more clothes. I'm looking through the windows because what if he's watching? What has he seen? What are his intentions? Maybe he has no intentions because of his mental illness, but maybe he does have some. Is it something weird? Is it something sexual? What is it? Maybe he's just curious. Anyway, it's weird, but I'm fine. It's not the end of the world. I know not to approach him because the police said so. And yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to share this story with you. Normally I would animate this, but I just wanted to focus on telling my story. I hope you enjoyed this video. Wish me good luck with this. I might need it. Anyway, I'll see you next time.